Hi. Okay. It is the 5th of April. And this is my second video. I'm going to come out here and walk. And I left my glasses in there because it was really cloudy. But I still see the glare. But I'm going to come out here in the road and do my little walk. Yeah, I got things to figure out. I keep saying that, don't I? Like my driver's license is fixing to expire. And I'm wondering, I need to call them and ask. Sometimes they'll send it out. In other words, they'll send you out a thing saying, send us this money and we'll give you your license. So you don't have to go in and take a test. But I think as you're older, they want to test those eyeballs. Make sure you can see. I don't know. I got to do something before my birthday. I'll have to put that on the list of things I need to do. First is to make the list, okay? First is to think of the thing that goes on the list. So it's Friday. What's going to be going on everywhere? You know, the different little worlds out here. Like all these houses, I think I mentioned that before. All these houses have different households in them with different lives. Then our paths meet a little bit here and there, but they have their own world, is my point. And then what is my point besides saying that? Worlds without number have I created. Well, I don't have my Facebook anymore. I really miss that. I need to just start another one. But I posted a lot of things because I was attached to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I have some of their I've joined some of their things, liked their organizations, whatever. Let's see, like I think there's a Moroni channel. There's just your daily Latter-day Saint. You get things every day that uplift you if you want. Have you joined that? Anyway, so I had been seeing some really great pictures from the church. And one was, so if you guys can still get on my channel, because I understand it's there. I just can't get on it. If you can, and then you go through my news feed, my profile, the things that I shared, okay? You probably can still go to my channel from there. I don't know. I really don't know what this person has done with my page. But the point was I shared I shared a wonderful picture of Jesus, like huge in the universe, and then he's got his arms out there and there's a world in front of him, you know, and then there's other worlds, and then there's, I think, his Father, God the Father, God the Son, okay? We'll get that straight one of these days, because it is kind of hard to fathom. All right, I'm over here with the flowers again, and they have opened up, so I'm going to show you again, okay? We'll go from this end. So they close up at night. I didn't realize that. Okay, the daffodils, some of them are dead, but some are still alive. So there you go. Well, she's gonna have some more stuff growing up too. Like, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. I'll go way down there. That's gonna grow up and be lilies. I can't wait to see that. And then on the other end, she's got daylilies, and I'm gonna have to look those up because I don't know what they really look like. But I imagine they go to sleep at night and wake up during the day. There was, once upon a time, I saw a Disney, anime from years ago about the flowers in the garden. They all took life. Anyway, it was really cool. I don't know what it was, which show it was. But just lovely. Such talented people. So take amazement in those things that are around us. Enjoy. Tall trees. Yeah. See, people that are into wheat, growing it, they're not really into trees. They're just into their crop. So the trees are a nuisance. But then if you have cattle, you really should have some shade for them. Meaning you need some trees. Plus they itch. They like to itch themselves. So they be rubbing on the tree. But my trees were too little for them to do that. They were over there rubbing their neck on my little fruit tree. Because we didn't have them fenced in to where they stay fenced in. What a mess. Okay, Joe, if you're listening, need to dig up all those T-posts, okay? I'm sure they're covered with dirt by now because of the wind. But over there in front of the fence, where the animals were used to feed the animals, underneath a layer of dirt, there's a whole bunch of T-posts. And if you and your friend were ambitious, then you could take that fence post hole. Okay, let me say what I'm trying to say. The T-post has a tool. There is a tool where you can put it down in the ground. And it's, we've already got one. But if somebody wanted to use T-post for a fence, and they didn't have to worry about regulations as to what they had for their fence, T-post and cattle panels for like a neighborhood yard to keep your dogs in, it works. So you go to the feed store, call the feed store. 16-foot panels. Excellent. Keeps wolves in. You just want to make sure it's tight, taut, where there is no slack. And you want to make sure it's straight up and down. And then the dogs can't get out. They don't climb up and over very well. Now, if your dog's able to jump, which, they really, really, really wanted to. German Shepherds are pretty good at that. Jumping high heights. So it just depends on if they're happy at home. How much motivation do they have to get on the other side of that fence? But really, I watched it because part of our fence we replaced as the metal. I just started looking for cattle panels, okay? So I've got cattle panels, and they make the best. And especially where we're at with the wind blowing so bad, the fence we always had a problem. So, was not good. I mean, it was good for privacy. And part of it was the privacy of the dogs not seeing what was out around them, which You know, that could drive them crazy too. So, if I knew what I knew now, if I knew then what I know now, I would do my fence around my yard, my enclosed compound. I would do it with cattle panels and T-post. Put a T-post every 8 feet. So you've got one support in the middle of your 16 feet. And they also have panels that are 8 feet long now. I don't know how long they've been doing that, but 8-foot panels are easier to deal with. You know, like to go pick them up in your pickup truck. Go pick them up. That's probably why it's called a pickup truck, because you're going to pick up some stuff. Yeah, I did take a pain pill. It's not really taken effect yet. My pain is not so bad, guys. It's just not so good. And it's not all the time. It's, you know, when I use my bones, which is, you know, whenever you get up. No. We're going to build up my bones. I know that's one thing I'm going to do. And I'm going to do the hormone blocker. So that's another thing I'm going to do. And I'm doing my special medicine that I made. I'm listening to those things my sister sent me on cancer. So you're going to be seeing that show up on my... I mean, I don't know what you can see. If you can see my history or not, you know, of what I've looked at. Or if it just shows me my history of what I've looked at. But the things that I like that are on YouTube will show up there. So I have a lot of information to absorb. And she was good at explaining. You know, you just don't know what questions you need to ask and stuff. I ask some questions, but so I need to think about that too. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you what to do. See, I changed the words. Okay. So that's what I need. I need some tunes. And I'll put my own words in. Here comes a Ford truck, or is it going? It's going. God, I can't believe the price of gas. I don't know if it went back up or what. I gassed the car up yesterday. Is that what you call it? I gassed it up. Anyway, I filled up the car with gas. But I read it wrong, though. Still, to find that receipt, but I bet Dad tore it up. I thought it said $4.59 a gallon. And I'm going, what? Because it wasn't that long ago I saw it at in fact, I saw $3.39 at one place. But this is the place that Dad always goes to. It goes to Fred Meyer's. So we hadn't shopped really around to see what the price of gas is. But last I knew, it was $1 cheaper. I'm going, what the heck? What a game they play, you know? We need gas. It takes gas to make electricity in places, you know? It's like crisscross. You know what I mean by crisscross? You try to do good to have the electricity, but you're using up other things to to create the electricity. Like coal. Seems like they use coal for something to do with making electricity. I don't know. That one's talking off the top of my head. So, disregard. What's the words they say in court? I object. But sustained. Okay, I don't know if I said that right, but you know what I mean. So I've done and forgot what it was I was saying that I was objecting to. Okay, so I wonder what color the next flowers are going to be. Oh, they do good. These are doing lovely. If you heard our conversation, because she was part of my video the other day, she was telling me about her garden. And that part of it came with the house, okay? And then she's done some planting since. And she's fixing to change the landscape. She wants some shape and dimension. Instead of it just being flat, she wants it. She's gonna tear the whole thing up. Because she wants like a mountain. Or you know what I mean. She's gonna make these words that are popping in my head are like a centerpiece, except that goes to a table. Anyway, something beautiful, landscape artistry in her yard. That'd be pretty cool. And they leave for 2 months out of the summer. They go up to Canada and take care of her parents. I think it was her parents, I'm not sure. One of them's parents. So they get all this stuff started, and then during the summer it dies because no one's there taking care of it. And I told her if I was around, I would stop in and give them water. Okay, let's go see the raccoon. He's got flowers around him now. They're just a few, but still. There's a little deer over there hanging out. Oh, look at those blooms, okay? The ones that were the pink blooms. They still have a lot of pink, but they are awfully white. I wonder what kind of tree that is. Because evidently there's dogwoods in this neighborhood. I'm just not sure where they are. I don't walk up the other road. I'll have to do that. Okay, so now that tree's moving really good in the wind. It's waving, saying hey. It probably won't when I'm going to show you. Hi. Way up in the sky. My eyes are watering. I left my glasses on purpose, but still. Okay, another thing, Joe. I'll just say if you're watching, don't forget to plant marigolds. You need to plant marigolds everywhere. It has to do with what are those bugs that you have so much trouble with? that you have the ladybugs for. Ladybugs are good. And I'm not sure what the deal is with marigolds, so look it up. Okay, so I just can't think of what it is that we had so much trouble with. I know there was spider mites, but there was something else. Aphids. Okay, so maybe it draws the aphids to them or repels them. So you'd need to know that. But you're supposed to have marigolds. So it either repels them away from the garden or it draws the aphids to them and leaves your plants alone. So anybody else out there having trouble with aphids, you could look that up online, I'm sure, and it'll tell you. Why would, just put the question out there, why would you plant marigolds to help with an aphid problem? What will it do? You know, so you can reword it, whatever. I'm not real good at that sometimes. So between not spelling words right and not saying your sentences right, you don't get your answers. My eyes are watering. Okay. So she was talking about a dogwood. I think I'm going to go on the other side of her yard. So I think that one is a dogwood. And we'll see what it looks like. Okay, pardon me. I'm going to look at the flowers again. I don't know what you'll see actually, but hopefully you'll be able to see down in the flowers how pretty it is. Such beauty. I mean, really, you see the, I think you know what I'm talking about. Almost kind of like the kaleidoscope thing, but it's the design, how you got sharp and then round and the different colors. I mean, wow. And I used to, I don't know why I did either, but I used to draw this thing that's like that flower. It was, I start with a flower stem, and then I had my little round thing for the middle, and then I just made a design around it, you know, but it was always in even numbers, I'm sure. So you start out maybe with, I don't know if you have to have even numbers, really. Do what you want, as long as it works out. So I would like start out with like the shape of a pyramid, but not a pyramid, you know, just a triangle, and go around this, we'll call it the middle of the flower. See, I've forgotten what I was doing, and here it is. This is the tree I think she was talking about. Okay, so maybe I'll give false information. I don't know if you can see it. I can't see it well because I didn't bring my glasses. Okay, I'm thinking that she's saying that this is a dogwood tree. So, you know, you guys can put my videos on your big screen. What trip. I'm just saying you'd be able to see the tree better. I'm going to do it from this side. That sun's starting to... And then look at the branches. I love the branches. There's a lot of good shape there. Okay, so I'm going back to my safe little nest. Meaning my side of the street, I guess. But it's pretty over here. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, let me see. see. I'm going to show you this tree, okay? Wow. All right, I don't think I can show you just one thing. But look up at that, how massive. No, it's not massive like those trees in Missouri, in the Ozarks. Here's a bush. We're going to go around the bush. That's probably I had a lilac. I think it was a lilac bush. Anyway, I'm just checking out their tree. All those branches. Trip. Mother Nature at its finest. No, I know. I picked my nose, I'm sorry. I got something in there like tickling my nose. So. Oh. That is lovely, even though, you know, and they're bright, sunshiny colors. I would probably choose different colors because it just depends on what's available, I guess. I do like the reds. You could probably get almost any color anymore. I don't know. Anymore. Probably always could. Sure see some weird things out there. Like these rainbow colored flowers. They had to have done something to them. They put, I'm guessing, okay. But I think they put some dye in the water where they watered the plants. So they put it down by the roots so it soaked it in. What do you think? It's just a thought. Okay. Well, I hope I get a good amount of walking done. I just got a feeling that I might have to call my walking off. We can't be having that. Here comes a car of some sort. I will just get off the road. I don't know all the symbols, so I don't know the symbol on that vehicle. So they're probably delivering food. That happens a lot here. Hopefully what they have delivered is worth it. You know, like you really enjoy it. And that you're not just trying to satisfy your hunger. And not enjoying it is what I'm trying to say. Well, I've got all these tears tripping. So now I probably made some dirt on my face or something. Okay. Yeah, it'd be nice if that place, my place, our place, whatever. It'd be nice if it had some grass. You'd have to have a way to be watering it every day. And you guys don't water during the day. You have to water after night, after dark time. So then it doesn't burn the grass and evaporate really fast and all that stuff. So you water at night. Oh, I was gonna go over there and show you that raccoon and I never did. I got sidetracked. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you the raccoon. Still, I would think of the raccoon as having browns for his color. Hopefully they're not going to mind that I do this. So there is a red tulip. And then these purple things. Whatever they are, they're nice. So I mean, they could be like a wildflower. So check out the raccoon. Oh, there's yellow tulips too. Yellow, orange, and red. And deep red over there. I like the deep red. And I do like the sunshine. And way over there, nestled in all that stuff, is that little deer. Can you see the deer? It's so cool. And then these little purple deals. I'm not sure what they are. Because they have they look like a weed, but what a pretty weed. You know? Maybe they're not a weed. Well, check them out. I don't know if you can see those. All right. My eyes are just watering. So then here's a little bunch of those too. I like those. Okay. I went and looked at my subscriptions, and I found the woman I was talking about. So check her out. Her name is, actually I don't remember her name. Her channel's name is Garden Answer. Either Garden Answers or Garden Answer, something like that. The front of that car is missing. Huh. I wonder what they're doing to it. I don't know that you can see it. Way over there. In between those two bushes is a car. Okay, I can see that there's a tag on the car. So they probably bought it like that. But the whole front is missing. So, body, everything. But see, that's what I've got. I've got parts cars. That's what I need to sell them as. But I have the titles to go with them. Yes. You know, I say things should have never happened, but I do know also that without being with Joe and trying to make medicine for him and going through all this experience and stuff, then I wouldn't have my medicine. And if my medicine works, which I believe, I really do, I mean, I don't know what kind of dosing to do. I'm just going to flood myself. But I do need, and I don't think I told you that, Joe, I'm going to have to buy a dropper. It's kind of like an eyedropper. I don't know what else you would call it. You got a little 1 ounce bottle, sometimes a ½ ounce bottle, but you got a 1 ounce bottle, which 1 ounce of my concoction fits in. And then it's got a little squeezy top. You squeeze the top and it pulls up some stuff, and then you can let a couple, 3 drops under your tongue, or 7 or 8. But at least you'd know how many, because the way I've got it now, I just pull some up into that syringe and try to make so it's not too much. And then I try to make sure that I can make it stay in my mouth. Hi. Okay. Cute little dogs. There's a big dog and a little dog. That little dog is way little. I think on one of my videos, probably a month ago or so, she was on it with her little puppy. So I went over there and saw her. She had a brand new little puppy. I don't remember what it was. I was thinking like a Chihuahua. Well, I'm seeming to be able to walk pretty good because I'm not walking as fast as I have been walking. Or I don't think I am walking as fast. All I know is this is the time to get busy because it's going to get too hot. So yes, I keep talking to you, Joe, especially while you have some help. Dig up those T-posts. Then go around the fence line where you've already got T-posts and dig those up. And then the other T-posts, all the T-posts that are up there as a fence. Roll up the fence. Make it so it's manageable, because you might want to reuse it. But should do the perimeter of the property. And I bet you there's enough to do that. And then you've got those other posts that we bought for the corner, for the support part of the way, the corner post. I mean, even if you don't have the other stuff, go ahead and mark it out. And if you planned on, it doesn't have to be when you're not doing those panels, but if you were doing those panels, then you'd know every 8 feet, put a T-post. If a person could afford to use cattle panels for that much, that would be great. However, I don't think that's me. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, go to a feed store online. Look up. What I did was I put in there cattle panels near me, and they brought it up. Some were a crazy price, but the ones I'm talking about were $45. And when you're wanting to do just the regular yard, and you don't have to worry about conforming to something, it is a nice looking fence, really. You get the T-post, you get that T-post pounder, and what it does is it's got 2 handles, one on either side. Using my hand over here. One on either side, and it's a pounder. It's a T-post pounder. And so if you were going to do a whole fence and you thought about taking my advice, you would want to buy one of those or see if they had one to rent. But they don't cost that much. By the time you've rented it, you just as well bought it. And then you can just use it at your leisure. And don't lose it. And then put your T-post every 8 feet and try to put them straight up and down. Straight up and down. That's important. So that your panels can be straight up and down. And then you take whatever is at your I never can think of my right words. Whatever you have that you can get your hands on, okay? Or if you have the money, then you go and you buy some baling wire. There's a little squirrel. I doubt you'd see him. Anyway, you can buy baling wire, a small amount. You can't see that squirrel because he turned. He or she. So anyway, it's not an expensive amount because what they have is they have it on a little spool, you know, like it's wrapped around a spool. I don't remember how much it is, but the point is you can take that and wrap it around the T-post and the panel. So you've got a metal, cattle panels are metal. They're about 1/4 inch thick, somewhere like that. So you take and you tie it well to the T-post. Now, instead of doubling up on the wire and all that stuff, I can hear, you know, the point is you can take, if you have somebody helping you, and you hold the cattle panel straight up and down, because you really should have somebody help you. That was stupid. Just make sure you have somebody help you. Make the cattle panel straight up and down, and tie it tight. And see, if you have both of them up, and you have your T-posts every 8 feet, then they're going to fit like that. But you can crisscross over a little bit. You can make the panel overlap if you need to, and then tie them together and tie them to the T-post. Make sure you do the one at the bottom. Now, that's especially with dogs, because that's what I've always had to fence in, okay? But if we'd have done that in the very beginning, if we'd have known to do that, that's the way to go. Even when you're trying to build your own kennel, if you needed to, you don't want it to be too small. So 16 feet times 2, that's 32 feet. So you could have it 32 feet long and then 16 feet wide. That would be a good size kennel. You know, a little fenced in area for 1 or 2 dogs. And that doesn't mean that they live there. It just means a place to put them. It's a nice place. You have them where they're comfortable out there and they have their own space. However, they do not appreciate being comfortable. So, if you're thinking you're doing good, you're giving this quilt, you know, depends on the age of the dog. But when they're young, they tear the crap out of that stuff. Don't be giving it to them. And then I tried giving them rugs so that, you know, for their bones. Because I don't like the idea that they have to be on cement or wood. It's better, I guess, on the dirt, actually. But I've found that dogs don't really appreciate what you do for them. It's okay. Just saying, sometimes we're just silly. And you learn by doing, I guess. Anyway. I'm still walking. How much? Let's stop for a second. 43. 43. It was 43:39. So that was 2 3s together. Yeah. I should have some excellent speakers out there at my property and just have it blaring. So it wouldn't hurt anything. I was going to say, my luck, someone would still complain about the noise. You know what I mean? So for I own that property. I need to make it a nice place to be, but it's so far away from town. And in some ways that's really good. In other ways, it's not. She called something there of dogwood. I wonder if it was that little tree. The one that she's trying to save. I'm going to check it out. But back over to the house that's got the tulips and the daffodils. And then in her front yard is a tree that she was telling me about yesterday. It might have been the day before yesterday. I lose track. Well, she was talking about a dogwood around here somewhere. Anyway, that's the tree right there that she's got T-posts right there, okay? She's got 3 T-posts and then the wires. And then the thing around the bottom to stop the rabbits and those that will chew it. Like at my house it was goats. Learn things the hard way. Yes, I need some bulbs. I need me some flowers over there. As much as I like flowers, you'd think I'd have them everywhere. But my place in Colorado seems to be extreme. You know, it'd be nice if you could turn on the faucet and water would come out. And you could just turn on the hose and do your watering, and it'd be a lot easier. It's not so easy. Is that a stone? I don't have my glasses on. I've got to pick it up. I'm going to pick this up. I hope I don't knock my head here. Let's see what we do here. Aha! Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Couldn't tell from that far away. Okay. It looks like a little walnut shell to me. Okay, it's got dirt on it. Let's see what you can see. It's got dirt on it, but when you turn it around, you can, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a hollowness inside. It's hollow. So, it looks to me like it is a walnut. In fact, there's a little piece of the walnut left. And there was a squirrel hanging out here, so I'm sure the squirrel got it. So there's a walnut tree somewhere. I'm just going to drop it right there next to the fence so that squirrel can find it. They probably just want the nuts inside, though. I'm not sure if they want the shell. Well, I just saw, I haven't watched all this stuff. I've watched a little bit. And I just saw in the title of one of the videos that they were suggesting for me was a stage 4 cancer survivor of 21 years. So if you go to my channel, you might see that. I don't know if you can see my history. But anyway, cancer stuff is going to start showing up. Just sounds like there's a whole lot of stuff going on out there. And what I need to do instead of my smoothie so much, I know what I need to do. I've got to get my flaxseed again. I was using ground up flaxseed in my smoothie. And I was supposed to take it morning and night, okay? And I was only doing it once a day. And then I was only doing fruit. Well, fruit turns to sugar. And I wasn't taking my metformin. So I was just batting 1,000 there. I got a song playing in my head. I wonder what the easiest way to get to my place would be. I know, I changed subjects right in the middle. Yeah, there's a big old nest in the top of that tree. So maybe the birds that went to that nest will be coming back. Maybe they left. Yeah, my body's getting tired. It's my bones that's getting tired. So I need to look at a map. I haven't, 80 is right there. Goes right an hour above my place. It's a nice road. 80 is a nice highway, freeway, I don't know what you call it, it's interstate. Goes east and west. So, but I didn't know there was a 90 until last year or the year before. I saw someone else post that they were going to be going on 90. So I know there's a 70 and there's a 40. So I wonder how much north 90 is and how far away from my place is 90 when it goes across. But this 80, Highway 80, goes into Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if it actually goes like into Philadelphia. Here comes someone. I'll get off the road. At least they weren't going so fast that they left their side of the lane. They stayed on their side. Yeah, when I get back, I'll have to stop. I don't know these words. Something about oh, I can't even get it together. That is pretty. I mean, they've done good at their house. I like the blue. I love the flowers so much. I love the flowers. We'll just leave it at that. I'm just glad there are some to partake of. Take away all my sadness. Who's singing that song? Oh, I can't tell you. Okay, so YouTube is full of some exciting things. Foods that kill cancer, foods that help prevent cancer, foods that feed cancer. But I haven't listened to that yet. I've got to listen to that. So it tells you what not to eat, but also the fact that cancer loves sugar. So, and it did talk about metformin too. And I'm back. So I'm going to come over here and sit down. And it's dark in here. I wonder what happens if I turn on. That's not working. Oh, it's just that little thing. Sorry. I guess it'll be okay. I think I will come over here and see if there's something to drink. Okay. Well, Dad likes that drink, Teresa, if you happen to see this. I decided, he gets Dr. Pepper, but really, Dr. Pepper